Good evening, everybody, and welcome to a more personal Manic Exorcism show. I've been wanting to do this for a little bit now. I've been talking to a few people about one of my passions, and I love everything scary. I love everything supernatural, and I'm rather a big comic book geek. So I thought that tonight would be a very, appropriate time to put together a little video that features off one of my favorite comic book creations of all time, created by Todd McFarlane, and that would be Spawn. As you probably see, the two figures here being Spawn and Clown, two of my proudest collections. Aren't they pretty there, Dan?
Absolutely, yeah. How about you hold up
Which one?
How about you hold up Spawn first and show him actually how detailed this character is? I mean,
yeah,
you look at him, he looks fucking amazing.
Yeah, I think this was actually an anniversary build.
Well, it looks like it. They put so much detail in that guy.
That's what I love about McFarlane. McFarlane always, and you see the skulls down here.
Yeah.
And the chains. You can put the chains wherever you want. But McFarlane did such a good job. He always did. I actually have the original Spawn toy. I didn't bring it out here. Figure toy. How dare I? And then here's Clown. You can't have Spawn without Clown. And this one, I looked for a long time trying to get a good Clown, and this is the best one. I actually have 3 versions, but it just really captures the whole spirit of the character, the diabolic, disgusting creation that is.
He looks amazing.
He does. I mean, you put these two together, and there you go. You got the entire feel of Spawn. I was at my cousin's house. How this all started, this is all thanks to my cousin Ty. We were kids. I go to his house, and he says, "Oh man, have you heard? There's a new comic book character out there. He's an escaped demon from hell, and he's trying to get back to his wife, and he's fighting the devil, and he's fighting God, and all these things." And I was hooked. Just like that. And without even hearing what the character's name was, and then when I heard the name, I knew what I wanted to find. Spawn. And then, the best news of all was that they were coming out with a feature film, even though it wasn't as good as what we had hoped, but they came out with the movie Spawn. I actually, you can see this is director's cut. It's not that great. The HBO specials that they had, I believe that there are 3 volumes. I have those on VHS. They're animated, and they're much darker, much grittier. I think this is PG-13. Oh, it's rated R. I'm sorry. This one's rated R.
It should have been PG-13. They didn't really show anything.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's like a PG-13 film, but those are actually rated R. The animated special features that they did, or feature-length, they're basically films made by HBO about Spawn, really captured the spirit and the nature of what the comic was. So I just thought I would take a few moments to show off my collection. This right here is actually one of my comic book boxes right here. Inside of this box is, well, let me say this. Most of this collection is donations and gifts and wonderful, wonderful things done by a very good friend of mine. I come out of Russia, and this is one of the coolest birthday presents she ever did. So this entire video is dedicated to Sharon, because Sharon really went out of her way. She found, well, these comics were like, she found for like 25 cents, and most was $1, but she helped me build my collection back up, and she got me up here to the comic book stores and introduced me to all these places where I could build my collection up. And now I'm the proud owner of issues 1, which everyone seems to have this one. This is actually one of the most common ones, issue 1. Everyone seems to have this one. The strangest thing is, the one that's more valuable than this one is issue 2. Because everyone went and bought issue 1, because they thought, okay, it's going to be like Spider-Man 1 or Action Comics this or that, so they thought it would be the first appearance of Superman or Batman, so everyone went for this, but everyone has this. But what they don't have is issues 2, 3, you see what I mean? All the way, the first 10 are really valuable, like 2 through 10. But I own issue 1, of course, like everyone else. But what I love about my collection is I own issues 1 through 100, and I just want to show off 1 and 100, but I do own the first 100 issues of Spawn. I'm going to flip this around only because there's actually 2 comics there. Issue 1, I just like the different covers. I actually owned this one first, but this is the cover that McFarlane himself had designed. A lot of
It
people
looks very McFarlane.
Yeah, it does.
Very dark nature. And
it does. It does. When you look at the two of them, I mean, you can see a big similarity. See where it's going from the first one to the 100th one.
The first one's, it's very simple.
Well, yeah, you can tell he's starting off, you know. It gives the feel of who Spawn is. But then when you get to 100, it's got the grittiness and the darkness and the violent nature of it.
He's grown up.
He's grown up. And that's the great thing about Spawn. I grew up with Spawn. A lot of people like to hate on Spawn now. The Spawn movie really turned a lot of people off. McFarlane started not writing or stopped illustrating some of the stories.
So he stopped illustrating it because of the movie?
No, that wasn't the reason. He just got busy doing other things. He has.
Can we actually say that? Can we say that is their fault? Because the movie actually was pretty bad?
No, it wasn't really the movie's fault. I wouldn't blame the movie. The movie was good for what it was. It introduced a lot of people to who Spawn was. I mean, but he got busy doing other things, and people just weren't as interested in Spawn. But I am still a devoted fan of the character. I grew up with him. I thought that he was very interesting. The fact that he's this bad guy, this assassin that's turned into a demon because he was double-crossed and making a deal with the devil because all he wants to do is see his wife. Well, I can certainly appreciate that. I would go to hell and back to get the girl that I love, and she knows that. So he's a very human character. Even being a demon, he's a very human character. And when he gets back, the deal was that he could see his wife Wanda again. So lo and behold, the devil, being who he is, Malboja, he allows Al Simmons, now Spawn, to see his wife again, but she's married to his best friend. So they've got a child, and in the comics, when you're reading the comics, you see that Al couldn't have a child. I'm totally geeking out now, but if you don't know the story, this is the reason why I love the story. There's a lot of spirit to it, a lot of heart, a lot of passion. So you get to see Spawn fighting, wrestling for the first 50 issues, trying to figure out who the hell he is, and then realizing who he is, and then 50 throughout, he's trying to battle his devil that he's made the deal with. And in issue 100, he finally has the ultimate confrontation with Malboja. And that's where a lot of people got mad because they didn't like how the confrontation ended, but I thought it was good. I mean, I thought it was appropriate. Angela, you've got this beautiful secondary character that comes in. Angela, she starts off as, you know, her whole purpose is to destroy Spawn. She's sent from heaven to destroy him. Clown, he's sent from hell to make sure that Spawn keeps his bargain and leads the armies of the damned against the gates of heaven. So he's being attacked from heaven, he's being attacked from hell, he's got these things happening on Earth. So it's an amazing, when you think about it, it's an amazing modern mythology. And there's just so much you can say about it. How big of a fan am I?
Well, if you have 100 issues and you got a couple of figurines...
These aren't all my figures. These are just my favorite ones. But I've actually got the spoof of Spawn called Stupid. Can you get that on there?
Yeah, I mean, well, what else do you want to see of it? I mean,
yeah, that's as good as it'll get. Stupid. I like this one, Image United. I love that.
Let's get a close-up on it. That looks good.
That's a good one. That's a good one right there. This was just released, I think last year, I think it was. I got this recently. I just love it. He's come back. Now, anyone that knows me, outside of Manic Exorcism, and as Manic Exorcism, you'll know that my all-time favorite superhero is not actually Spawn, but Batman. Batman. Ever since I was a kid, when Tim Burton's movie came out, I even watched the stupid Adam West shows, you know? But when Tim Burton's movie came out, holy fucking shit, man. So, Batman became my favorite superhero. So, of course, I'm going to have in my collection Batman and Spawn. Both of them, right there.
Well, that's about to shit your pants, you know.
Oh, you're going to shit your pants. Someone like me's just going to fucking shit his pants. Spawn and Batman together, fuck yeah. I actually own 2 copies of this one comic. That's how big of a dork I am. Oh, let's see what else we got here. Let's open this magical chest of beauty. Another thing I want to say. I actually own every issue ever printed, every issue of, I think it's 1 through 27 of Curse of the Spawn. I own, that one was interesting. It's kind of like, I think McFarlane explained it, that Spawn was if it was, he would rate it as being PG-13. Curse of the Spawn would be rated R. But real quick, I was just going to point out that I have all the issues, the secondary issues of Violator, which is a clown. I believe Alan Moore, who is the creator of Watchmen, wrote this one. Real quick, I own all the Angela secondary storylines that came along. These kind of fit into the first 100 issues.
She almost looks like an X-Men character.
She almost does. She almost does.
Well, at least as far as the comic version, she looks kind of like a rogue.
A little bit. I mean, it's definitely a comic book character. There she is. She's very beautiful. She's very beautiful, and she actually has to oppose Heaven. I don't want to give too much away. There's just so much there to it. But yeah, there is something that happens with her and Spawn. Very beautiful. Blood feud. That was the thing that Tom McFarlane started to do. He started making all these secondary stories, and I've got all the Curse of the Spawn. I tried to get all the other ones, but main thing is I do have the first 100 issues of Spawn, and here they all are right in here. Right in here. I'm going to actually get a picture of myself surrounded in these comics.
Actually, show the size again. Right about there.
Yeah, right about.
So everything after that is bonus.
Right here.
That's all 100. Okay.
Yeah, with 1 and 100 right here, but these are the first 100 issues right there. So, and then someday I might get around to doing a Lady Death. I have a bunch of Lady Death comics, but for now I just want to say thank you to Sharon for her donations and her friendship and helping